What's up, guys? I'm going to do a quick one here. I just kind of wanted to start a conversation with y'all and get your opinion on a trend that I see a lot in the pistol community, or these companies that make these newer pistols. Kind of a trend that they've tried to push, I feel like, and that's like an X style pistol. So a full size grip with a compact slide, like the 19X, 43X, p365x. All are configurations that include a larger grip and a shorter slide and barrel combination. And my main gripe with this, if you can even call it that, not to steal Iraq veteran 8888's gun gripes, but maybe a firearm frustration that I have, is the fact that most people throw on these X setup pistols a full-size weapon light, which looks really cool. Obviously, I don't have my full-size grip on here right now, but as you can see, this just with the compact grip, even the full-size light, just, man, it looks right. It looks way cooler than a TLR7A, which I still think those look really cool, but to me it looks cooler with this little underbite here coming out. I like the way that looks. But the problem I have with this is that when you put a light like this, or especially something like a Surefire 300, X300, which is even more cumbersome than this TLR1, you essentially make the pistol just as long as it would be in its full size configuration. So, you have something like a 19X with that full size grip, but then you put a full size light on it, and you may as well have just bought a 17, because you're lacking the extra length and barrel that you would get on a full-size pistol, but you're still taking up all the room of a full-size pistol because you have that light. And so, like I said, this isn't a great comparison, but this is a comparison nonetheless. This P09 is a really big pistol. If you've ever held one, it's not only a full-size pistol, it's kind of an exceptionally large full-size pistol. The controls make it really wide. The grip is really long. It holds 19 rounds without an extended magazine. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just kind of butt these up along this back edge. You can see essentially they're lined up. Doesn't need to be perfect to kind of show you what I'm talking about. But look at the length of this dagger with this TLR1 on it. It is just as long. It is every bit as long as this CZ. So tell me, why would you not just get the 17? And yeah, so this, the argument can be made, I will say, that with the same light on a full-size pistol, you're still going to have a bit of an underbite, but it's like half as much. So this will be larger. A full-size pistol with this light will be larger than a compact pistol with this light, but the difference is less than just the firearms themselves without the lights compared, if that makes sense. I wish I had my 17 here to kind of show you, but it's getting an RMR cut, like I said, so I'm waiting on that. And once it gets back, I probably won't make another video talking about this because I'll forget about this, and I'll just move on with life, not let it bother me anymore because I'm getting it off my chest. But maybe I will, maybe I won't. But anyway, the only reason I could see somebody wanting to run an X style gun with a full-size light is that you want to be able to compensate that gun and not add to the size of not take up the room that a full-size pistol with also a comp would take up, because that would be massive. I mean, that would push you, somewhere out to here, whereas on this compact, it will probably push you flush with the front of this light. And so that will keep you in like a full-size pistol size, but you'll be compensated. You'll have a full-size light, and you'll have a full-size grip. I think that's the only configuration, or the only reason I could see legitimately running, other than looks, a full-size light on a compact pistol. Like I said, you may as well at that point just get the full-size version of that pistol, run your full-size light, and you'll be good to go. And another thing, I was thinking about the comp, so if you were to kind of build out a gun with the full-size grip, short slide, compensator, full-size light, that feels like it's turning into a duty style or a home defense style pistol, because it's getting still really big and cumbersome. You could appendix carry that. I appendix carry this a lot, actually, and it conceals just fine. But that kind of build out to me is more for, like I said, a duty or home defense use case, or I mean just plinking. But let's be realistic. If you want to use your gun for what it's designed to be used for, and that is defending your life, you want it to work. And with a compensator, I feel like you're just kind of throwing reliability to the wind. Not that you can't make a comped pistol extremely reliable. You can. I'm sure you can, create the right combination of ports in the comp versus weight of the recoil spring and, projectile configuration. All of that can, and you can brew down into this perfect, very reliable pistol. But are most people going to do that? Probably not. And you're then, even when it's reliable, you're straying away from OEM parts likely. And that's just something that I feel like is a no-no for something that you want to work 100% of the time with whatever ammo you put in it. So, and I guess that's more of a shit hit the fan scenario. But like I said, I think it should work. Sure, if it's a competition gun, that's just fine. But at that point, why the fuck are you running a light? Maybe to make the front end a little heavier, but I don't know. The X style pistol, like I said, I really like it. But some of the ways these people I see online building these things out just doesn't make sense to me. So it's kind of why I'm coming to y'all. Let me know if I've missed anything, or if there's any other reason that you would build out a pistol as I've described that would give you any benefits other over having just the full size version of that pistol. And like I said, this is not an apples to apples comparison, but let's just take another look at this right here. So we're lined up. I mean, we're pretty much, I don't want to cheat here, so I'm going to bring this dagger back even further. So, I mean, you can see, and this is the large palm swell, or the large backstrap on this. So you could even, you can put a smaller backstrap on that, make it a little smaller. But, so these are pretty much lined up. If anything, I'd say the dagger's a little further back than the CZ, and that's to help it out a little bit with this comparison. But even, with that setup like that, let me get my shadow out of the way here as much as I can. You can tell that light is still exactly the same length as the full-size pistol. So, I just don't understand it, guys. But like I said, if you got any insights to this, let me know. Let's start a conversation down in the comments, and I'll be down there answering any questions, or, just kind of having a general discussion about where this is going, and what is the actual point of these X configuration pistols. And I guess that leaves me with one last thing I do want to touch on before I go, and that's printing with an X style pistol. I don't know who led the charge on this misconception, but you're going to print more. You're going to print just as much with a X configuration pistol than you do with a full-size pistol. It won't be as comfortable, but it's going to print the same. You can push this further down into your pants. I guess you could argue that if, like I said, you have a TLR-7A and you can push this further down into the holster, but there comes a point of diminishing return where you don't want that much of your gun sitting in the holster. You want that much of your gun sitting in the holster, or excuse me, like that much. So you still have the ability to grab your pistol grip. You can't push it, far enough into your pants that it's covering your pistol grip. I mean, that would help it conceal more, but generally speaking, regardless of the length of the slide or the light or anything like that, the part of the pistol that's exposed out of your waistline will be the same. It's not going to matter. So you're still going to have a full-size grip to try and conceal under a shirt. Now, when you sit down, like I said, it may be more comfortable because you don't have to adjust the pistol up and down as much because you've got more room down here. But, I mean, even when I'm running my p365 and I go to sit down somewhere, I have to adjust it. I'm not super fat, but I'm not super skinny. I can't just sit down and have it, slide against my torso. So, but yeah, that's just one last thing I kind of wanted to touch on. Printing, it doesn't make much sense to me. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to end it here before this goes on too long, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.